I'm going to tell you a Siberian story. Once upon a while, I used to work in Siberia, and I was based in Novosibirsk for Philip Morris, actually. And I was actually amazed at what I saw, you know, the vast expanses. I mean, everything was National Geographic, absolutely gorgeous stuff. And then I go to my local supermarket and I find myself in front like of the bottled water. And I see 𝐬𝐵𝐷 in a plastic bottle. So the water from the lake here at home, you know, all the way in Siberia, 2,000 if not more kilometers away. And I'm thinking, how can it be that water from the lake made it all the way here? It just didn't make any sense. So that was a little bit like the drop too much, right? I mean, to stay with the water. So when I retired from Philip Morris, I took it upon myself. Okay, let's do something about it. Well, you said it yourself in your introduction. As long as there is no standardization, it's very difficult for you to understand really what's going on. All the companies, as you pointed out, have some kind of sustainability report that is going on. But however, you know, you look at all of them, and there is a lack of transparency because of the lack of standardization. So you don't really know, you know, it's like they might emphasize minor eco-friendly things. I mean, last year, for example, you know, the new Apple Watch came out, and it was zero emission product because, you know, they were planting trees in South America or something along those lines. And then somebody called them out, you know, a third party said, hey, are you really sure that it's a zero emission watch? So there is plenty of claims. And for the common mortal like we are, it's very difficult to find out really what's going on. And, you know, there are notable examples of greenwashing that have been going on for a while. I mean, the recent example, you know, vague or broad claims without the specifics. I mean, this has been the case of Nestle, you know, our friendly Nestle, not far away from us, you know, the products are sustainable, etc. And there was no evidence. So it was almost like a marketing ploy. We don't know if they were or not, but if you don't back it up, if the company doesn't back it up, I mean, it really might create a problem. I mean, you remember the Volkswagen issue with the diesel cars where they were playing with the super, yeah? I mean, that was, imagine, that was 9 years ago already. And, you know, they were cheating on emissions. So with software, there was H&M in 21, which was talking about the conscious collection, you know, and it lacked transparency about the sustainability claims. So there is a lot of confusion in that. And I think even today, I mean, you know, Chevron last year, today in the news, ExxonMobil, you know, trying to get those minority shareholders out of the way because they're pushing the sustainability agenda. So in reality, unfortunately, we don't really know what's going on. Well, it's a little bit like in, I think it's Minnesota or Missouri, you know, show me the money. I mean, show the numbers. I mean, try, you know, make sure that you understand the reports. I mean, you cannot take them face value at this point. So, you know, it's almost guilty until proven innocent at this point because there've been so many scandals and so many, you know, lack of transparency that was going on that it's not believable. Unless there is a clear reporting verified by a trusted third party, then we're okay. So red flags are typically, you know, I make a claim, I don't back it up. Or you know, I talk about, you know, I talk about a minute thing and I kind of hide the rest. You know, think of the big oil companies doing all this wonderful with all the wonderful things with renewable. We have a major problem. We haven't figured out yet how to get rid of fossil fuel. And as a result of that, you know, there's always going to be some kind of spin or marketing going on in order to find the truth. It is, and it's very difficult to actually go net zero. I mean, you know, I decided to go net zero. So there is a wonderful company here in Switzerland that does carbon capture, right? And I went to their site and I decided, okay, I'm gonna buy all the carbon I emit, and I want to ensure it's captured and, you know, put it back in the soil in Iceland somewhere. And it actually turned out that, you know, by paying, I don't remember the amount, but I could buy something like, they would remove 15 kilos of carbon. I mean, the average citizen in Switzerland is emitting every year anywhere between 10 to 15 tons. So even, you know, as an individual is super difficult. So in effect, what you need to do is have how much is the business actually emitting and how much are these, you know, efforts contributing to reducing and balancing this thing. Now, you know, you said it in the introduction as well, you know, 2050, we're going to be net zero. 2050, I probably will be dead. You know, but I am a little bit skeptical. Like, can we do it? You know, so there's new technologies need to come on stream at this point. But it would be good if this is how much we emit, this is the effort we're doing, and then you have a very clear picture, like you have in a P&L. These are the revenues, these are the costs, this is the profit, and you know we're still lacking this transparency, the numbers verified, like the financials of a corporations by accountants or by the big, whatever the number is left at this point, the big, at my time it was big six, now it is big three, or accounting firms. Same thing should happen with the ESG.